and welcome. So today I'm going to come on and show you how to make this storage box. This is my Halloween haunted house one that I made for the Halloween collaboration, and it is a really sturdy storage box. So when you take the lid off, inside we have some storage, a little acetate to pull away, and then we have three book storage. So we have one that's large and two that are about 1 inch deep, and then we also have 2 sets of drawers as well. So I showed in detail what this house was in the Halloween collaboration video, and today I'm going to make another one and show you how I made it, but we're going to make it really Disney-fied, and we're going to use the Disney Christmas kit from Leslie's Crafts and Gifts. So let's get started. Okay, so what you're going to need is a piece of 12 by 12 chipboard. Now I've gone ahead and cut these down, but I will just lay them out for you just to show you that you can get all these pieces from one 12 by 12 chipboard piece. So what I did was I cut it at 4 inches, and that removed this. And then along the 12-inch side, I cut again at 4 inches. And then at 4 inches, and then I took this part here, which is 12 by 4, and I cut it again at 4 inches. So we end up with 4 pieces that are 8 by 4 and 1 piece that is 4 by 4, and they're the pieces that we're going to use to create this box. And the reason why I use chipboard is to make it really sturdy. Now I'm just going to show you how I attach them together. What I did was I took pieces of copy paper and just fold it in half. Doesn't matter if it's a bit rough, but you want to have it a little bit, you know, in half as much as you can. You don't need to get your scoreboard out or anything like that. And then we just attach it with some glue. So I'm going to use this glue. I used Pullout glue on my Halloween one, but I'm just going to use just normal glue. You don't want to make the paper rip, and I found the Pullout was a bit too wet of a glue. So I'm just putting it there. I'll just flip it over, makes it easier. And then you just want to align it up so that it has about 1/8 in between, like so. And then you just want to carry on doing that. So you want to put another one across there, and the reason why we fold it is so that it will bend, and that will create the box. So then we want to attach all of them together like this, and then take the 4 by 4 one and attach that to the second one, which then you will fold round and connect all together. You want to make sure that you don't connect the 2 end ones together, because that will create the door that opens. Okay, so now we've connected all our box together. I'm just going ahead and matting the outside and the inside. These pieces of the paper measure 8 by 4. If you have made a tighter gap, you may want to just sliver it down, but it should fit if you've left the 1/8 with the fold in the hinges, so it should fit nice. Again, I am just going to be using some glue. I'm using the designer paper now because the design paper comes in 8 by 10.5, which is American letter size. What I've actually done is just photocopied it, which is something that I do with a lot of my design paper, especially if you only like get one of each. You know, if I buy 12 by 12, then I usually photocopy it so that I can use it, especially on backgrounds. When I'm working with backgrounds, I don't want to you know, use up a whole sheet, especially if it only comes with one. So I find that photocopying does work. Or alternatively, if you know that you need extra pieces, I am sure Leslie does sell them separately as well. Just need to make that request. But this is just printed copy paper that I'm using with this. And when I'm mounting it, I'm just making sure that I attach it as close to the top as possible, just to make sure that it all fits on nice. And it's looking so lovely. I love this plaid paper. I think it's so beautiful. Okay. Fold it over. And there is our box coming together. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I love the red and white, and then inside is the beautiful blue snowflake with the Mickey heads. It looks so cool already. Can't wait. So let's go ahead now and make the roof piece, which will actually hold the box together. So what you're going to need, got my pieces, like I said, all cut and scored, so that I don't have to take too long with this video. So firstly, you're going to need the part that actually connects to the box, and this is a piece of card that measures 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then you want to score it at 1 inch on all 4 sides. You then want to get a piece that measures 5 1/4 by 10 3/4. On the 5 1/4 side, you want to score at 1/2 inch on both sides. And then on the 10 3/4, you want to score at 1 and 4.5 on both sides. So score at 1/2, turn, score at 1/2. And then on the 10 3/4, score at 1, score at 4.5, turn it, score at 1, score at 4.5. The reason I turn it is just so that I make sure that it's definitely 100% equal on both sides. Then you're going to need 2 squares that measure 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then on your scoreboard, you want to score and make a little mark at 1 inch, and then you want to flip it over and make a score again at 1 inch. Then with those marks at the bottom of your scoreboard, so your score lines are here, you want to score at 1 1/4. Then you want to turn it over and again score at 1 1/4. Just little marks on there like that. And then what I'm going to do is take a pen and a ruler, and I have a black pen, so it may not show up that well, but I'm going to mark from that 1 inch here to that 1 1/4 there, and on the other side from that 1 inch to that 1 1/4. And then I just want to take both pieces together and then just cut along those lines. Like that. And then we have our side pieces all sorted. Then we're just going to burnish the score marks. Like that. And then on the box lid. Okay, starting with the box lid, we're going to cut up the score lines. So put here and then here and remove that part, and then we're going to turn it into like a pinwheel. So we're cutting the left of each flap. Just distributes the bulkiness. Like so. And then with the, this is like the roof part, I'm just going to fold it over and just cut a diagonal to create the tabs. I'll do that on both sides. Just going to move those out of the way for a second, and we're going to make the actual lid. So we're going to bring back our box, and to make sure that, you know, it does fit. I mean, it will fit, but to make sure that it has a nice fit to it, I always create my lid on top of my box. So to start off with, I just glue down, and I'll use hot glue for this, but you can use your normal glue. I'm just going to glue down one side and attach that onto the box. And then I'm just going to go around, add the glue, and then press the side down like that. It's a bit of an awkward angle to show you because the box is so large, but I just fold the flap down with my thumb, add some glue, and then I push that down, and then again add the glue to the flap, make sure the lid is on, and then I close it like that. And that 100% make sure that any box that you make, the lid will always fit. So I do that with any box that I ever make. Sometimes I forget, but you know, that is my principle. So there's our lid. Now we want to add the side panels to our rooftop. So to do that, I'm going to take one side panel and I'm going to attach it to the center one to begin with. Just add a bit of glue. And add that to the top. I have really bad glue string. Add side panel. Pushing down. And add that other side one. Like so. And then we're just going to attach two little bottom ones. Like that. Just going to fold the flaps in. I'm going to start again with the center one. At the center, the rooftop. That. Add the glue to the sides. Really easy, easy peasy. Finger in there, press it down. The other side. And that. And then the two end part. This a little bit fiddlier. This is smaller. Glue it in there. And then just press it down. Your glue came out more like a glob. Burn my finger. There we go. And then I'll just remove all the glue strings. Right, and then we want to attach that to that. Like so. So a nice fit there. So what I'm going to actually do is use wet glue for this. Just gives it a little bit more time to if it needs adjusting, anything like that. But just apply the glue to all the four sides. And then I pop it down. Make sure you pop it down with the roof lid at the top. And then we just slide the roof on, and then we can just push it down and attach it. And a real good push. Just add a little bit more glue into the corners. Wherever it is needed. And there we have our roof made, our roof lid. So now that our house is starting to take shape on the outside, it's time to move on to the parts that go in the inside. And the first thing we're going to do is make 2 of these drawers. So I've gone ahead and made one already. So I'm just going to show you how to make the outer drawer and the inner drawer that slides in and out. So what you're going to need is, for the outer drawer part, is a piece of card that measures 10 3/4 by 5 3/4. And then on the 10 3/4 side, you want to score at 1 and at 4 7/8, and then turn it round and again score at 1 and 4 7/8. Then on the 5 3/4 side, you want to score it at 1, turn it round and score it at 1. And that's the part that you will need for the outer box. Then for the inside of the box, you're going to need a piece that measures 6 1/4 by 6 1/2, and you want to score at 1/2 and 1 3/4 on all 4 sides. You'll also need to do one mat of 3 by 5/8 by 3 3/4. Now it's 3 3/4 is the width, so if you are using directional paper, you want to have the 3 3/4 as your width and the 3 5/8 as your depth. You only need one of those, but you will need 2 of these for the drawer. This is optional, you don't have to match your drawers, but I've decided to go ahead and map my drawers on this one because I want to carry on using this beautiful paper. I really need to get a new trimmer. It's all fraying and everything, cutting too much chipboard. So anyway, you want to cut this at 7 7/8, so that's the depth, and then 3 3/4 at the width if you're using directional paper. So they're our mats. So let's go ahead and make our drawers. So I'm going to start off with the inside drawer. So I've managed to get hot glue all over my bowl folder. That doesn't help. So I'm just burnishing those score lines. Like so. And then on the 1/2 inch, we're going to cut diagonals and turn them into tabs first. And this is a reinforcement to the box because you're pulling it in and out. It just makes it a little bit more stable and will last longer. So I'm just going to glue them down. Like so. Some more glue would help. Do that down. That one down. And you're going to need to do 2 of these, 2 drawers. So 2 lots of these. Okay, and then we want to turn these into tabs. So I'm going to cut away these area and I'm going to wedge these tabs. Like that. And then this one. like that. And then I'm going to add my, oh actually I will add that after because I will probably end up putting it on the wrong side. I'm just going to attach the sides together because it's not a square box, there is a slight difference. It's so easy peasy box. Right, so there is our drawer, and I'm pretty sure that fits on there like that. I see it more clearly when it's a full box, but that attaches to the side. That is 3 3/4. Like so. Pretty. Okay, now we're going to make the outside of this box. So once again, I'm going to burnish all the score lines. Like so. And then the first thing I'm going to do is create some tabs along one side. And these are going to be the reinforced side again. I'm going to cut these ones off at the end. Because this is going to be the side that is the opening. So I'm just going to glue them down out the way, reinforcing that edge, which will be used a lot for the drawer to come in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like making actual furniture. Like so. Okay. Now we need to cut the rest. So I'm going to start here, cut there, turn it into a wedge, cut down, and then turn a small part into a wedge. So, and then we want to actually remove this one like that. So that's how you want to cut your outer box, and your box will fit in like so. So if you fold it over, you will see how that all fits nice together like so. So let's glue that down. So you can either keep your box in, like I say, it helps because it means that you know that you're guaranteed that your box is going to fit. So keeping the tabs out, the first thing I'm going to do is apply glue to the small tab, and then that's going to go down here. Then I'll apply glue to the large part, and that will fold down there. and then again glue the tab, fold that down there, and then finally fold the large tab down there. And there we have our sliding in and out drawer. So I've made 2 of those, and they're going to go inside the box. So by adding glue to the bottom and the sides, the back, and then slotting that into there. And I'm going to remove the drawer to allow to be able to push it down. Use your bone folder, you push it against the back, against the sides, like that. And then I'll just add the drawer back in, like so. Just coming away at the side. Right, there we go. Draw back in, and then we'll do the same with this one. So apply glue to the bottom, to the side. I'm gonna add a little extra this time, to the back, and again to the other side. Glue everywhere now. And then you just add that on top, remove the drawer, and then we just want to push it down on top of each other. Time to actually attach, and then we want to mount our matte piece onto the top of the drawers. Like so. My drawer back, and there we have our 2 drawers, all nice and looking lovely. It just reminds me of Mickey Frost. So cool. So I'm just going to allow this to dry, this wet glue to dry, to make it nice and solid, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to make the boxes that are going to go here, and the acetate piece also. Okay, so now we have the drawers in the box. We're going to go ahead and make the book boxes that go on the top. And these are really simple boxes to make. So I've gone ahead and made the 2 smaller ones. They put them together in exactly the same way. So these small ones, they measure 10 inches by 7.5 inches. And then on the 10-inch side, you want to score at 1, and then at 4.5. And then turn it around and score again 1 and 4.5. So you're scoring at 1 and 4.5 on both sides. And then on the 7.5 inch side, you want to score at 1 inch on both sides as well. So they get put together exactly the same way. And then this one is the larger box, and this one measures 11.5 by 8.5, and you want to score on the 11-inch side at 1 1/2, 5, then turn it around and score at 1.5 and at 5, and then on the 8.5 side score at 1.5, turn it around, score at 1.5 on, so that's 1.5 on both sides. So I'm just going to go ahead and burnish these score lines down. Like so. And I love these boxes. They're so useful for holding a lot of things as well. So I'm going to cut some tabs. So I'm just going to cut here and then wedge, and I'm just going to go all the way down both of the long sides to create them tabs. That. You know, this kit has got me all ready and excited for Christmas. I just love how adorable it is. And when I made the haunted house, I knew I had to make a Disney one as well. I always think of Mickey Mouse and a house. So there's our tabs done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start gluing from the center. So I glue this tab, bring that up, attach, then I do it to the other side. Attach it there, and then the end pieces. Line it up. Line it up. And then I fold it over, put the tabs down, and then the pieces over the top of that. And then I make sure that that is going to fit. I used out a little bit there. Like so. And there we have our book box ready to hold some lovely, lovely goodies. And then what I've gone ahead and done is added some gorgeous paper to the box. Now, like I say, I have naughtily used some of the older images from the older pack. This is part of the paper, but the icons are smaller, but I just wanted to just use it as I had it. So I just mounted that onto some black card, just to make some mats. You can do whatever you like at this stage, but I don't want to make anything too thick. There is a tiny bit of a gap, but you know, once I start layering one, I end up layering all of them. So these mats, the mat on the black is 5 by 3, and then the pattern paper is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. So they are the mats for the book, like that. so cute. Little Mickey. So I have all of my books ready to put into my house. And then they just slide in there, like so. Looking lovely. Now what we need to do is add in the acetate. Now I've got this acetate. It is quite a thick acetate, and when I made the Halloween one, I had to, you know, adjust it slightly. So the acetate piece that I'm using is I did write it down, guys, is 7 3/4, so 7 3/4 by 5 5/8, and then I scored 2 inches on both sides along the 7 3/4 side. So that's what I've done, and I had to score it about 4 times just to get a line. And then what I've done is burnished it down. It's really hard for you to see because it's being acetate, but I'm hoping the glare might help in this instance. So I flattened it down and then just with my finger just pushed back on itself like so, because we want to create more of a 90-degree angle. And then we're going to get our box back and we're just going to line it up. I've picked up all sorts of dust along the way, and there you go. Slides in nice and perfect on the front of the book boxes. So this acetate then can be decorated. This part here can be decorated, but first of all I want to go ahead and Disneyfy my roof part. So to do that, I'm going to add a trim. So I've got this trim and I've just cut down 2 pieces of the red cardstock. This is the red cardstock that comes with the kit, and it measures, I think, 9.5 by 3/4. Yeah, 3/4. And then on this one I've used my edge punch. So I've got this edge punch. It's the only one I have. I don't have any fancy scissors. I got rid of them because for some reason I can't cut with them. But this is going to be my trim for the border. So I'm just going to start attaching that. Now I don't like to have it on the corner, so I just move it over one and then I make a fold. So where, like that, and then make sure that it's aligned at the top, and then you know that it's going to be straight, and then it just gives a better finish on the edge like that. So I'm just going to start attaching this with glue. So I'm adding the glue along the edge of the trim, and then I want to make the decorative part hang over like that. The decorative bit hanging over. I need to add a tiny bit more glue near the corner where it's going to bend round, and then where my punch hasn't gone quite right, I'm going to just snip that section off. I really do need to get a new blade. I'm actually going to get a new paper trimmer, so if you've got any suggestions on a good paper trimmer, let me know, because I am in the market. And add some more glue all the way down this trim. So I'm just going to connect it here, and then it's going to bend that way. Just take my time with it. It's going to look so cute. I just think it adds that little bit of something. here, and then up there, and then I'll just trim it where it meets. So cool. So there we have our trim. Let's just attach that like that. Looking so beautiful. Oh my gosh, right. And obviously there's one last element that we're gonna have to add for this to be a Mickey house, and that's some Mickey ears. So I've gone ahead and I have cut four in total, 2 circles, which I think these are the largest ones I have, I think, or the second to largest. So they are 3 1/4 inch circles, and then I scored it at 1/2 inch on every circle, so then I can just use that as a flap. So I just glued them together up until that score line, so that I have something that I can attach to. So I'm just gonna have to stand it up, which is really an awkward place to show. I know the house is quite a large house in lengthwise, but it really is a showstopper. And I'm just gonna attach these ears somewhat in the center of the roof. Okay, I'm going to attach both of them, and then I will come back and show you it all decorated with the Mickey ears. I'm so excited. So here is the Mickey house all decorated. I absolutely love it. I love these ears on the side of the house. It really makes it so Disney and Mickey's house. I did circle windows. I just used some dies. I thought that they go well because of like Mickey's little buttons that are on his pants. And I've got this cute little Santa here. I batched this 25th with the washi tape, and I also used the washi tape to go around the trim as well. Cute little Mickey and Minnie Carol singing outside the door, and then I added the black gem, which is a add-on extra, these flat back glitter Mickey head gems as the little doorstop here. And then I also stamped out some of the sentiments. So I used the Say Cheese here in the speech bubble and this magic. I absolutely love this. I stamped them out using black StazOn and the stamped out first time, which is incredible. Also, I did some of the homemade enamel dots as well, which are absolutely gorgeous. Now there is one more thing that I want to add on to this house. Now I've decided that my Mickey house is in fact going to be a mini house, and I'm going to add this gorgeous mini bow, which is a die that comes with the Mickey Mouse album maker, which is another die that Leslie sells separately in her store. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my little Minnie Mouse bow to the top of my roof, like so, just above the Disney Christmas there. And then I'm just also going to add another little Minnie Mouse, and we know it's Minnie because of her beautiful eyelashes, with her little Santa hat on the top. So cute. Okay, so then we're going to look inside. So I'll take the lid off, And when I open this out, you'll see that I have decorated the inside of this box using all the ephemera, small stamped images, the enamel dots. I have decorated the acetate, so it's in front of those boxes, the white background, again with the enamel dots. I left the drawers blank because I do love this paper so much. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It says Merry Christmas, Happy Place, Snow, and I have used some foam on each side as well, and it does close, so you can layer up like one foam dot. There's enough room in the box to do so. I just absolutely love how this has turned out. My Mickey at Christmas, that's better, house gift box. I think it's so cute. I don't know which one to choose now, haunted house or Mickey house. Super adorable, and I will link the measurements in the description box, along with all the details on how to get your hands on this beautiful kit from Leslie at Leslie Crafts and Gifts. And she also sells a lot more Mickey dies. She's got this gorgeous Mickey snowflake one, which is beautiful snowflake with Mickey head, absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, please do go check her out. Thanks for watching this video. It's probably going to be a long one because there is quite a bit to it, but if you've stayed and watched and you make, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. All right guys, take care, see you soon, bye.